All right, so hello, my name's Seth Cooper. To begin this presentation, I will talk to you about how I began conducting my research to uh, produce this brochure on NAS, neonatal abstinence syndrome. So the first thing I did was um, I pretty much went to the internet and I decided to search as if I was a parent or a grandparent, rather, who just had to start taking care of a infant, a newborn, with NAS. So I went to the interwebs and I found some different centers, rehabilitation centers, and articles that helped me, well, first learn more about NAS, what it is, and two, help me understand what it would be like and how to give good advice. And then furthermore, I actually thought into my own family and realized that I have an aunt and an uncle and another aunt who have gone through this themselves. So I decided to reach out to them for help. So to jump over and just kind of explain a little bit about the design choice of the article, and then I'll dive into just presenting the rest of the article. So I'm fortunate enough to have some decent Photoshop skills where I'm able to create pretty good looking pamphlets and just be able to present things in a very professional manner. So uh, I made a front and back, just kind of like a flyer more so, looking at the, if you see here, I used a white and red color scheme mostly to draw the attention of the reader, to get them to look, because I think red is a color that is used to draw your attention. I put a picture of a baby because we're talking about infants. Um, and then I did this as if I worked for Cincinnati Children's, presenting their information at the bottom. So yeah, that was the front, and then on the back page, I did a very similar layout um, with as I did in the front with a picture. Used the same picture, the same swoopy, same little bottom, lower third, not even third, but uh, heading footer. That's what it's called. Used the same footer down here, and I just split up the entire article into about four different categories. What is NAS? Letting people who don't know, explaining it to them. I did a section called "You Are Not Alone" to let the grandparent, who is my main target audience, know that um, there are thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people who are experiencing the same exact thing that they are. So there's help available. I On the back page, I went into like the main part, which is caring for your baby at home, what it's going to be like when you leave the hospital and it's just you and the baby. I focused on four main points there, um, with a kind of acronym type thing to help them hopefully remember some key things. And then at the end, I did a testimonial from grandparents, my aunts and uncles, uh, Nancy, Jim, and Anita, who have experienced the same thing. Um, I used Anita's quote. I put it at the bottom, but I made it the biggest because I think it was the strongest. I'll read it. It says, "Get rid of your anger towards the parents. Just because the child appears normal, remember that they have suffered a very dramatic experience. Be as patient and as calm as you can. Get informed and find counseling for you and the child." I just thought that was uh, a great quote from her that I got when I was talking to her about it. And at the end, I just put this "Never forget you are not alone," kind of the theme of my entire pamphlet here. And so to jump over and explain where I think this brochure should be distributed, I think that it would be best distributed probably at the hospital, which is why I put Cincinnati Children's there at the bottom. Um, I think that yeah, it being distributed at the hospital would be the biggest benefactor, giving it to the grandparents who are there at the hospital with the parents of the kids to let them learn about what NAS is and have them ask any questions or anything that they could do. Oh, one thing that I didn't explain is I put these two little blurb, like these two little, you can call them fun facts, but just pretty much attention getters to take up these bottom third of the page here. And my goal with that was just that it was kind of like it grabbed your attention and it drew your eye in with these leading lines that you can see here, drawing it up here to the rest of the information. So I thought that was just a good little design. Hope it looks good. And so yeah, I just I really enjoyed this project, especially getting to talk to my aunts and uncle who have gone through this, getting to kind of dive in it, jump into it, and talk to them about it. Something I'd never done before, and yeah, I definitely learned a lot about what NAS is and how to help treat it, and good advice to give. So, thank you guys.